All right, so Keith, one more question. I've heard it kind of through the grapevine that one of our primary competitor out there is telling partners and probably also end users that, we're forcing people to make that choice, forcing people to go to Android. What would you say to that?
Well, first of all, we don't force our customers to do anything, right? We look at the landscape and we say, okay, where are we going to take our customers? Because Windows is ended, right? There is no Windows, technically speaking. You can still buy Windows, but for mobile devices, the Windows support has ended. They're not making any changes to it. If a bug comes out, a major bug comes out on Windows, embedded or CE, they're not fixing it. Unless you can convince them that it's so detrimental that they have to fix it. Maybe we could force them
For
into
PR
it.
reasons or something.
Right. But for us to try to go get
Right.
them to do something, that isn't going to happen, right? So your only other two choices in the entire market is iOS or Android. iOS is a closed system. We've actually talked to them and we made some efforts to try to, use iOS, and they keep it so tied down that there was no way we could do it.
Okay.
I mean, they have to approve everything, right?
I heard
And they
that
want
before.
access to everything, and we, as a private company, just aren't going to do that. Well, public company, but So we had to go Android. Right now, if you look at the landscape, the only choice that's open and has a ton of development. I mean, a friend of mine who you know also, his son at 13 years old was developing Android applications and sticking them out on Play Store and making money. If a 13-year-old can develop for Android, anybody who's been doing Windows for a while is going to be able to come over and do that, right? It's just a really simple choice when you look at the landscape to choose Android. We're not forcing anybody. We just chose the path of least resistance, and that was Android.
I like that the path of least resistance. And you mentioned a minute ago about all the other kinds of utilities and kind of pieces of the puzzle we put together to make that transition as easy as possible.
Yeah. I mean, we have all of our Fusion drivers, which are enterprise-grade wireless drivers to allow roaming and fast roaming and all the things you need. We have all the SMDKs, which is our development kits that plug right into Eclipse and all these other utilities that are out there already for the Android world. Enterprise browser. I mean, if it exists in the world and it makes your life easier and makes your tool function in an enterprise environment, we've created it for Android so that you can go from your Windows legacy device to Android, and other than the OS being different, you won't see any difference.
Interesting. Very, very good. Thanks, Keith.
You're welcome.